Anyways, guys, as you guys can see, we are here with Austin Dunham and Chad from Defundsimping.
What's good, guys?
What's up?
Yeah. So basically, we're just gonna quick little interview, ask them some questions and stuff like that, and yeah, dude, let's do this.
Where do you guys see yourself in 5 years?
You go first.
Yeah, so at this point in time, with the amount of success, I know success is subjective, but with the amount of success I've driven, 5 years from now, I would just want to scale what I'm doing at a bigger level, while also probably pivoting into other like business ventures or things outside of my name is what I've noticed. And it's hard to say where you see yourself in 5 years, because looking back 5 years ago, I would have never thought I would be in my position when I'm in now. So 5 years is a time frame where a lot can change, but hopefully I can get to a position where I'm just pivoting and scaling even more, pretty much, yeah.
Got you. So for me, like what Austin said, I want to create some businesses that are not tied to Defundsimping, because as you know, when you create content like we do, right, you're gonna get vilified, you're a demon, people don't understand you, and when you get canceled, they will come for everything you have. So as I get bigger, I like to make my money and put into different things, a clothing company or a fragrance company. Those are a couple of my ideas, and scale those up to where if they're come for Defundsimping, that's okay. I have other businesses that are set up and they don't know they're affiliated with me, so that those are still making money. But so I'll build a place where if they come for Defundsimping and cut the head off of that, I saw other ways of making money so I can stay afloat.
Smart.
Yeah, I know you guys have you, for example, Austin, I know you have like the Forged London stuff, right? You do jewelry, right?
Yeah. I have a partnership in that, and I've noticed the more you build your brand up or your social awareness up, just business opportunities will just kind of naturally come to you. Yeah, like this person wants to work with you, this person wants to invest in you with this. So that's why I just want to keep scaling, because I already know that's naturally going to come with more business opportunities too.
Right.
Yeah.
You said you like fragrance.
Yes, I love fragrances, man.
Bro,
Love them.
same, bro. Like, you have like a collection as well?
So I'll say this, right? I've seen some TikTokers, right, where they legit have a cupboard full of like maybe a couple hundred. I'm not there, right? I just keep about 5 or 6 of them in rotation, and I buy new ones, or if I really love it, I keep it. I rebuy it. But yeah, I would definitely say I want to get into fragrances, because a lot of men just buy the same 4 fragrances. Your Versace Eros, your Armani Code, your Dior Sauvage, right? And you walk to a nightclub and everyone smells the same, right? So I pride myself in smelling very high class and different than everybody else.
Yeah.
Niche.
So niche, exactly. So I would like to start a brand where it's affordable. It's like in that $70, $80 price range, and the smells are very, very strong, potent. There's your maybe like your oud smoke fragrances, and there's your sweet stuff. So everyone gets their taste. I definitely want to start something like that.
Dude, I just can't with the oud though. Like, it's not like, for example, to me, like one of my biggest like things I don't want with fragrance is like, I don't want to smell like someone's granddad. I don't want to smell like a grandpa. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Well, it's funny. I have a fragrance that may turn you. I have 2 people, him included, and Steph is Cole. They both bought it. It's called Monteo. I can't pronounce the name. Is it Arabius Tonkas? It's Tonka. Arabian Tonka. It's Tonka and oud and something else, and everyone's like, bro, what is that? So maybe I'm not wearing it right now. I'm wearing Lafayette Street by Bond, New York. But
Bond number 9.
Yeah. But I get what you mean. It's an older smell, but when you mix it with other things, it's pretty badass.
I have a personal question right now, because this whole podcast is based on self-improvement. And I know we understand the whole, like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys are red pill. You guys understand the money, look, status, and game shit. But, like, what is, like, maybe something else that, like, the average guy can really do to, like, bump up his stuff? You know what I mean? Like, aside from, like, maybe doing, like, oh, yeah, work on your fitness and, you know what I mean? Like, try to get your money up and, like, what else is there to it? You know?
I think one thing that's not talked about is it's hard to just get overnight. It's going to take time. I would say charisma. It's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. You know, I think if you have the looks, okay, you have money, okay, you have some game, but I think a guy sometimes with better charisma, he says things better, his mannerisms are better, he's more confident than you. He not always will win, but I think that's something that men need help with, is charisma, right? Like when you walk up to a girl and say, hello, how are you? It can be a little it can be kind of corny versus, hey baby, what's good? Like, how are you? Like, they're different approaches, right? So I think your charisma is something that it's not talked about a lot, but if you have good charisma, sometimes you can win over a girl. But here's the thing though, you can't show too much charisma through dating app profiles, you know what I mean? That's the looks, money, status. But if you meet them in person, that's when you can turn the charisma on, and you can meet a girl that actually may have swiped left on you on a dating app, but if you met you in person, she may, he's actually pretty cool, he's actually kind of funny, he's suave, he looks good, so I'm gonna give him a shot. I'd say charisma.
Yeah, charisma and confidence is definitely very important. And if you kind of look deeper into the attraction pillars of self-improvement, there's looks, money, status, like you said, there's game. I think confidence and charisma is a part of game. And then there's also mindset. That's like a not so fun, not so cool one. And I think if we talk about mindset more, that can be trickle down into all the other ones, because if you don't have the mindset, example like understanding female nature or having a red pill lens, some people like to say, then you're not going to be able to positively execute all these looks, money, status, game pillars. So I would say focus on your mindset and really learning why you're doing it, and then application of it too. Yeah.
Mindset's huge, man, because for example, I talk about this a lot in my videos. Let's say a girl flakes on you, right? Let's say your mindset is, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
My boy Jared, my boy Austin, there is zero benefit of the doubt. Their mindset is, if I was Drake, if I was Trey Songz, you would not bail on me, or you give me an alternative date. You know, so mindset. Oh my God,
dude, that's something like, for example, with that is what I've learned. I read the book Unplugged Alpha. I read it, and it was like always adding I won't do this, but always add with me at the end of it. You know what I mean?
That's a mindset shift.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She doesn't want a relationship with you.
Yeah.
She wants to fast with you.
Exactly. Add that part. It's very important.
What is one of your guys' biggest insecurities? And how do you overcome it?
Yeah, for me right now, it's money. I don't make a lot. I would say I am above median average right now. I think last year I made 68,000. This year I'm on track to make 81,000. So it's not a lot of money. But here's the thing though, I carry myself like I'm already rich. So I don't let that hold me back. Like I drive a Kia Optima. But I'll pick up the baddest bitch in Miami, my Kia Optima, with full confidence, going, you have a better time with me in this Kia Optima than you will with some loser in a Rolls Royce rig. That's just, now people may think
that's the mindset.
That's the mindset. People think that's delusional. I don't care. I do not care. Like I think that as a guy, you think that you're the best. Is that delusional? Yes, but I carry myself that way. And when the money comes, I tell bitches all the time, you think I'm cocky now? Wait till I have everything I want. You're fucked. You're fucked when that money starts coming in.
It's a mindset, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mindset, yeah.
Like he talks about being Thanos, like all the Infinity Stones. Once when that last Infinity Stone is that bread. And once when that hits that, I'm like, like one more Infinity Stone and these hoes are finished. But it's great for you though.
Yeah, so looking at my insecurities, I don't think I have any right now because I fixed all of it through self-improvement.
Yeah,
I got my money right, got my fitness right, got my looks up. Like at this point in time, going back to the Thanos thing, I think I have more ego. I don't have insecurities, I have the ego. When a girl flakes on me or whenever any bullshit happens, I'm like, who else better are you picking? It's not insecurity, it's like just full ego. That's just being real with it. I had insecurities, but I fixed them. I was skinny, I got in the gym, I worked out, I fixed it. I had low confidence around women, I fixed that through experience. I wasn't financially where I wanted to be, I fixed that. So I wanted more status, I fixed that.
Okay.
So
all right. It seems like a lot of the insecurities that men deal with is just a lot of it, like I said, I don't know, in a previous video I always said is dude, most of this shit's gonna come from just a simple mind shift. You know what I mean? But the whole I don't know, the whole insecurity thing, I think it just comes from just lacking of something. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm not tall enough, you know what I mean? Or just because nowadays it's crazy, girls want dudes that are 6 foot.
True.
You know what I mean?
I'll say this though, it's never good for guys to focus on things they can't control. He wanted more status, you can get that. He wanted better looks, you can fix that. He wanted more muscle. He focus on those things. And to be honest, if you walk around a Walmart or Target right now and you look at couples, the dude is average looking with a beer belly and he's not tall. Like, yes, girls want 6 foot, like that'd be preferable. But if a 5'9" guy says the right things and has some of that things they want, they're gonna go for it. You know, like I think 6 foot guys are what, like 10%. Yeah, sure. You know, I think it's 10% of guys are 6 foot and up, or like, so it's like, dude, like go to your local any place and look around the couples. Most of the time, the guy's not 6 foot. The girl will settle for, you know, she's a checklist of 20 things. She'll settle for 15.
Yeah,
that's just
it depends on the quality of girl we're talking about though too.
Yeah,
like of course, like a 5'9" beer belly average guy could attract like a slightly below average woman. Like he's not gonna get the girl he wants.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, you know, like for example, men, like we can date like across and above and below, but like girls are just gonna date across and above.
That's about it. Yeah, we see that day in day out. I see it on dating apps.
True.
And it's funny, sometimes I come across like objectively in my eyes like a 4, 5, 3 on a dating app, like coming at me, and I'm like, do you really think like, I almost get offended a little bit, you know? Yeah. So yeah, I agree with that.
Shoot, bro.
Yeah, that's true. They shoot up really high too.
Yeah, really high.
For example, I just throw it out there. My girlfriend, she is 6'3".
Really?
Seriously?
Yeah.
I've never met a
6'3".
6'3".
Wow, I met 6'1", but never met 6'3". Wow.
6'3", yeah. So.
How's that dynamic though? Like, cause you're obviously shorter. Like, she didn't have a problem with that at all.
She didn't have a problem with that. You know, I mean, I approached her. It was it's funny because I was by millennia. I was with him, with my boy. We're at this sushi place.
Okay.
So I had modeled with one of her friends, and back in Hawaii. And she followed me through there. I looked it up. I started messenger. Went to Hawaii. We linked up, and I'm like, damn, like she really 6'3". Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I don't care. Like, you know, I was confident enough. You know, we get looks everywhere we go out. You know, obviously, like, oh damn.
Does she wear heels when y'all go
out? Not all the time. Like, if we go to like Del Frisco's or something like that, she'll have to wear heels or something. You know. But
yeah.
I just make sure like 10 feet, you know.
But
awesome. my ego like 7 feet too. So
that's good. It's like it's not like it's like you're 6 foot, she's 6'3", you're 5'9", right?
Yeah, 5'9".
Yeah, 5'9", she's 6'3". So it's like almost a dramatic difference. And the fact that you're right there and you're confident, that's amazing. Because most guys who are your height couldn't muster up the confidence to date a woman like that. And you do, so it shows the confidence is through the roof, which is fantastic.
That's true. Yeah.
What's your favorite red pill channel to watch?
Yours.
Favorite red pill channel? We're talking about just strictly female nature, just. Oh, that's easy for me. I would say AMS, just because I.
Bruh, I love AMS,
for sure. He's the one who really put me on game with the initial female nature 101 sort of videos back in 2019, 2020. Until this day, like I can just go back, watch an old video, and it all makes sense. I feel like
it sharpens iron almost. Like
exactly, yeah. So I would say overall, if I had to pick a favorite, AMS would be my favorite because he's just the OG of it.
So, you know, not because I'm copying. I'm gonna say AMS for 2 reasons. The first reason, he's the first person to RP me. He was that RP. Was the other person that gives you drugs at a store. He was the RP pharmacist, right? He said, "Take this red pill twice a day, bitch." And right, and I took it, right. And so he was the first person to put me on game. Number 2 is because he's the most charismatic of everyone else. Like Richard Cooper, right? He's probably the only white people I watch who's RP. All right, guys. So money looks status, right? So like that's how he talks, right? And he attracts when he goes on live. He attracts that same type of guy, monotone, business, entrepreneur. That's who he attracts, right? Whereas AMS, you go on his live, it's some black dude on a shift at UPS, like you know. So it's different to see the dynamic, right?
AMS like whoa.
Yeah. So AMS is he makes it like he even like one time in a video stated people leave comments saying, "Hey, I'm not red pill. I just like watching you talk."
Yeah.
Like he legit said that in the video where people don't even like aren't red pill, but they'd love to watch him just speak. And also I like about him too, because even I followed on this. He is still the same AMS with how he speaks. He's like, listen, y'all, we're dealing with a bitch who is over, like he still talks like that to this day. I talk like that, and they came for me and like, okay, if I want to stay on TikTok, let me. I folded.
Right. Dumb down a little.
I stopped saying the B word as much because I had to kind of reform to stay on TikTok. He's still the same AMS from 2018 to 2022. It's the same thing.
So totally authentic.
Totally authentic.
Delivery, yeah.
And you know for a fact, like girls, like he's dating, watch his videos. He's still saying bitch, and she sucked a whole lot of it. Like they'll watch that. So like that's like I can admire that because he still has a dating life.
Yeah.
And he's still saying those same exact things. So authenticity, is authentic. First person I ever watched, and I like his delivery.
Okay.
Would you guys say that red pill is strictly only female nature?
No.
It's
There's
right?
layers. There's so many layers of red pill, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, red pill from a dating perspective is like just female nature, but red pill in a sense of the world, like there's realities to every niche and category of life.
Politics.
So it's just more prevalent in the dating culture because that's easy to access and it's easy to relate to. But you can see it, like you said, politics, news channels. I think Andrew Tate has done a good job of making things more red pill and seeing it outside of just females too.
The only issue though with RP politics, that's where, you can easily go on YouTube and talk about these girls ain't shit. The second you start talking about it was a pandemic or like, the J hats run the world.
Elections are rigged.
Like that's when they start pulling the plug on you. Like for example, Sneeko, one of his clips got played at like Congress, like in Senate, like in the Senate, saying this is hate speech. Like once you start talking about politics, that's when you may get an FBI at your door. So it's 100%. The second you start talking, because it's like when you have 1 million followers and you're speaking like that, you're affecting the masses. Especially with TikTok, they clip it. So when you get really big and you start going RP politics, like Nick Fuentes, like they'll cut your bank off, they'll cut your YouTube off, like they will come for all your apps. You'll be done. So you got true. So you gotta watch what you say with politics. Girls, you can go on and on.
Yeah.
That's why Fresh and Fit's still there.
Yeah.
Right. But once you start talking about the government and elections and the cough. Oh.
That's true cancel culture. What's his name? Alex Jones?
Yeah, bro. Exactly. So basically him, he says things like Sandy Hook was fake, right? So they pulled everything, like banks pulled them, everyone pulled them because you're talking about politics and that's not good. So you can be RP girls all you want, but like you're talking about politics, that's when you get into a
whole different
realm, and they may pull you.
Because that's the same thing I heard with Andrew Tate, for example. Like he's like, I couldn't use Uber, I couldn't use this, I couldn't use all this.
The Matrix attacked. Fact, exactly. 100%.
You gotta be a wolf in sheep clothing.
Yes, just talk about girls.
Dude, I got that from Austin. He was like, acting blue pill is actually red pill.
Yeah. I was like, acting blue pill can be game sometimes.
Yeah.
Like that is game.
Yeah.
Oh, like for example, go on.
I'm sorry, dude. For example, perfect. At our job, we had one of our boys actually. He's younger than us. Just for the sake of the video, we won't say like where and stuff like that. But we won't name any names either. But dude, he was just he's younger than us. He just turned 22, and he is like, we try to red pill him a little bit more. He loves the whole like Andrew Tate and Top G and bitches and shit. Like he's young, you know what I mean? So he's obviously gonna like pick up on that. But dude, this guy started like it wasn't that like he was just like blatantly out saying it, but it was just like he was just like, I don't know, he was just like in a red pill
rage.
I wouldn't say rage, because like when you're in the rage, like you're just mad, like bro, like a bitch could breathe, and you're like, this stupid bitch, like, trying to get attention, you know?
Yeah.
And but him, it wasn't a rage. It was more like a how you said, like it's like an ego thing, you know what I mean? He's like, oh, bitch should be lucky to be around me.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he was a little bit like that, and that shit got him in trouble, and bro, he recently got fired.
Did he have the right to act like that though, or was he being delusional?
I think he's being delusional.
Delusional, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's good to walk around having RP conversations, because that's how you get fired from your job.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny. So some people know I'm defundsimping, right? So when relationships come up, we go, oh, Chad, like, he's into it, talk to him. Like, I don't like going, especially when it's a room full of women. I'll back off. Hey, you're right. Yeah, 100%. Oh yeah, men love marriage.
I hate that, bro.
I don't try to come on the offense with them, because it's like, no matter what I say, I can't RP you. I can't do it unless you go through a heartbreak. Like I think Steph's talked about it. It's hard to RP your friends unless they go through it. So I like to not even speak on it. You know, for example, I'm at a dinner date. And a girl goes, "Oh, what do you want Andrew Tate?" Okay. Well, you know, he says things I agree with. Says things I disagree with. I think that sounds like anyone you would know, right? What do you mean? You probably have friends that say things you agree with, right? Yes. And disagree with, right? Yeah. So it's just, that's what I think about him. You know, he has things he says that are good and things he say that are bad.
Yeah.
And they go, "Oh, okay, that's good to think about it." So I don't go full on RP on her. I don't go, "Oh, he's such a massage." I don't do that. I'm not gonna tuck my tail. But I never go full blown RP with anyone who's not RP.
Okay.
Yeah, usually what I say is that the RP has to find you.
Yeah.
You can't like be like really given the RP for the most part. And then as his point too, for example, if you're on a date with a girl or like a girl you're seeing, I wouldn't necessarily try to like RP girls. I've seen friends do that.
Bro, yeah.
Now, if you're seeing a girl long term, it's not bad to kind of indoctrinate her on some of your mindsets and beliefs, which could be more towards that reality.
Okay.
Especially if the girl you're seeing, you know, you got a girlfriend or something. But let's say a girl you're casually dating or first few dates, like don't be speaking like female nature to her. Like, you know, just act blue pill.
Yeah.
You know,
Nah,
not masculine frame and all that, but don't bring up any topics like that because that's how you can get disqualified too.
100%.
Yeah.
How did you guys get red pill?
For me, it was 2019. So I've always been interested in male-female dynamics from an attraction standpoint. I was 16, 17. I was a virgin too, but I was watching the hella PUA videos, just pick up. So I just wanted to learn like conversational skills and how come this guy can like meet a woman on the street and she fall for him? Like I found that so interesting. So I got into the science of like evolutionary psychology and attraction and stuff like that. And that was kind of the first step of it. And from there, I was getting more success with women in 2019. However, once you get success with women, that's when we start dealing with the female nature stuff according to which woman you attract.
Yeah.
So this particular woman who I attracted, which was actually the first woman in Orlando who I met, was doing like just textbook red flags, all these experiences I was dealing with. I was like, I can't be the only one, and I'm a researcher. So I'll go on Google or YouTube and be like, what does it mean if this happens? What does it mean if this happens? I like to research and find answers because I really have no one in my circle who like has the real answers. Yeah. And then that's when AMS's video popped up. And then I was listening, I was like, wait, this isn't like the normal how-to 101 blue pill advice I see on these Google articles. This is like a way different thing I never heard of. And then I kept seeing this common word, red pill. So I typed on Google like red pill dating. And then it was a rabbit hole from there. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, for me, it was a typical heartbreak story. You know, I was doing good with girls that I didn't like. But once when I liked a girl, I thought you shouldn't have to use game on a woman you actually like. You should just be yourself. I fell for that. So long story short, I met her on Tinder when she was visiting. She was in my radius. Then she went back to school 4 hours away. But we FaceTimed once, and that got me hooked. Like on a physical scale, in my opinion, 8.5 to a 9. Style, like she can dress super feminine and then throw on like an oversized T and J's. Like she had that both versatility. She had a masculine side of her where she liked sports and like she understood me through and through. I really liked her a lot. And sometimes we go 3 hours on FaceTime. Like it was just that I was that invested in her. She was great. Now, like Austin said, red flags were there. Like she even told me about them, right? And I just thought I was different. Okay. Yeah. And then we finally meet up. She drives from Santa Barbara down to LA. I drive to LA. And I see her for the first time. Like legit, hands are sweating. Like I'm thinking to myself, this could be like the one. Like it's I'm this into her. Yeah. And then I see her for the first time. Or while I'm walking, I get close, hickey at her neck. Bro. Now mind you, am I hooking up with girls back home? Yes. Is she at school hooking up with guys? Yes. But just don't show up with proof. You know what I mean? Like just don't show up with proof. You know, from like the night before or hours before. Like just don't show up with proof. And the whole date I was sitting like, I love you, but I want to Chris Brown you right now at the same time. Like at the same time, I want to kiss you because I like you so much. But why that? So I texted her, now I suck with confrontation, so I didn't do it on the date because I just want to have a good time. Yeah. Next day I text her, hey, I appreciate you coming down, but I didn't appreciate the hickey. I didn't ask her, did you? I said, I did not appreciate the hickey. She goes, what hickey? I'm like, I'll call her Ashley. Ashley, don't fucking play with me. Like, you know that was a hickey. Scene. I'm like, she'll get back to me. Like, I'll get a call tonight. Like, just chill. Yeah. Next, I wake up, grab my phone. No. Next day, I'm like, nothing. I'm like, this bitch really is gone forever.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's insane.
And I'm like, I'm all invested. Our first argument, gone. And I was just like, damn, how can she just, from 6 months of talking, damn near, to gone. She unfollows on IG, of course, unfollow her. I check back 3 months later, how's the guy posted? Mind you. So that means she had a rotation, obviously, and there was a guy already like on my level or higher, she was already invested in. Therefore, when I got mad at her, okay, well, I already have, my next one's already in my pocket.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, that was a moment where it hit me, damn, I hate this feeling. How can I stop from happening? And this happened that same week. I get my friend's card, and he goes, hey bro, you ever heard of AMS? I'm like, no, who's AMS? And he starts playing it, and I'm acting like I'm not listening, because no guy has a problem. No guy wants to admit they don't understand women.
Yeah.
Especially for 25, 20, they don't admit I don't get women, as in like,
it's
I don't understand. It's an ego thing.
Yeah.
So I was listening, but like not like, I was just like, look out the window, like I'm listening. No, I go home, I just look up all his videos and start just binge watching. So Ashley was the heartbreak. My homie played AMS, and then here we are today.
Dude, the whole thing with the AMS thing, what I do remember as well, with him saying is like, he's like, yo, don't ever think that these, how AMS said it, don't think that these bitches love you. They love you have to make them chase their investment. He's like, bitches don't love you. Bitches are gonna chase you, not because they love you, because like, I don't fucking cook for this motherfucker. I done drove all the way out here. I done spent money on this
That's
dude.
what I was saying earlier. Yeah, that's fine.
And that's just like, girls will chase their investment, not you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Chase their emotional feelings too. Fall in love, how you make them feel, attach your emotions, stuff like that. One RP truth, may or may not be a truth, but a woman could never love you is what they say. You know, or she loves you more for what you have become, not necessarily what you are. Think about it.
Yeah.
So me, myself, self-improved, looks, money, status, the whole nine. The woman I attract to my life now, would they have liked me 5-6 years ago? Probably not.
No.
They love me for who I've become and who I am now,
Yeah.
not for who I was. So it's just a reality how it is now.
Yeah, we're from now that you're red pill now, right? How would you have approached that situation now?
Ashley from Santa Barbara? Yeah, so I never would have gotten fully invested into her, and I would have told myself, yo bro, like, this girl lives far away, so you should not put her as your number one girl, because you can't have access to her. You don't know what the hell she's doing. So don't talk to her as much, and keep it as a, I'll see you when I see you, not I'm gonna talk to you often. You know, with girls I meet now, when I'm traveling, for example, I met a girl here in Orlando last year, and we never talk. And I hit up, hey, I'll be in town. If you want to link, let me know. Right? So there's no more investment throughout the months coming up to this day. I'm in Orlando. It's I'll see you when I see you, and that kind of mindset kept me from getting attached to girls I can't have access to all the time.
Yeah. All right. I'm not gonna lie, yours was all right, but damn, that shit hit me like a buzz, bro.
It's a cold war, bro.
Me personally, I never. Well, I mean, something close to it happened back when I was in Hawaii.
Okay.
I was in college. I was like maybe like 20 years old, virgin. You know, I didn't know shit.
Yeah, of course.
And I just met this one girl, and you know, I would sleep over her house. Not fuck. I don't know. I just didn't know. Right? I'm sleeping at her house. In my head though, like, what should I do? How do I do it? What do I do? I just didn't know the damn thing. But it was kind of like unspoken. Like, you would sleep at her house. You make out with her. You know, you gotta go on dates. All this shit. It's kind of like unspoken. You guys are kind of boyfriend and girlfriend, right?
Dating.
Right. I mean, I never asked her.
Sure.
So,
yeah, for sure.
One day, I don't know, like, she just got on my nerves for some reason. And I'm just like, yo, like, fuck this. You know, I'm not gonna reply back. Nothing, like, same like you, like, nothing ever happened up to that.
Crazy.
Bruh, tell me how one of my best friends, like, and he knows, right?
Oh.
He knows my best friends goes out with him, or with her.
Yeah, but how soon after?
Probably like a year or something.
Maybe like a year, yeah, I would say like a
So
year.
he knew about your situation and still decided to go after him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say this, man. Like,
But it was a, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'll say this. You gotta have boys, you gotta vet them properly. Where I'll sometimes ask my friends, like, have you ever hooked up with a boy's ex and stuff like that, or see how they move? Because like to me, Jay Waller said this on a podcast. I came in friends with guys that are lacking lots of money in women because they'll snake you for both, right? So I'm the type of guy where, for example, I don't even, never mind, I'll use a different example. I don't even follow my guys' girlfriends on social media. Like, no, it's funny. They've always followed me, and I follow back just out of simple, like, okay, I'm not gonna ghost your ex, but like, I don't want my boys scrolling through IG and see my like of another girl's photo. I don't want to associate myself. So I'm that hands off. Like, I don't want to talk to her. If I see her, nice to see you. Handshake. I don't even hug her. I don't even hug the chick. Nice to see you. Right? I'm that hands off on my girls, on my friends' girls, because it's like, I have my own hoes, bro. I got my own stable.
There's like
I'm chilling.
8 billion people, you're gonna go for that one.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so chilling, bro.
I think it's like more like of a respect thing.
Yeah, I've
like,
had respect.
For example, like for me, it's like how I see it, like my boy's girl is not my friend. For example, like his girlfriend, he's been dating her for like two years plus, and I don't even follow his girlfriend on social media. You know what I mean? For me, it's just like, bro, it's gonna be awkward as fuck around me. Like you guys could be like my boy's girls. I'll be confident, be like, yeah, but it's about to be awkward around me, because like it's just like, I'm not. To me, I just value like my boys, then, because like she could be here today and be gone today as well.
Sure.
But like my boy could probably be the same, but I value like a brotherhood.
I was spending too. Example. So my friend's girlfriends, or specifically one of my good friends' girlfriend, back in the day or more recently, whenever I'm around, like out of respect, I make sure I have a shirt on. I make sure, like, I'm really not like positioning myself in a way to where she can view me like sexually, because in my life, my friends kind of get insecure sometimes when I'm around their girlfriends, because they think like, if she likes me, she's definitely gonna like you. You know. So like, I understand and realize that, and so I kind of purposely move differently because of that. Like, I'll make sure that I present myself nice, friendly, handshake, not a lot of hugs. Don't follow them on Instagram. You know, I keep that barrier between us because I don't want my friend feeling any type of way. Out of his own insecurities or whatever. And I just don't want to present that at all out of respect.
Though, like if we're friends, like why the fuck would I be like insecure like about my boy? You know what I mean? And it's just like how we said, like we shouldn't be stressing about shit that we can't control. Like, yo, if my bitch is choosing, the fuck am I gonna do? You know what I mean? Why the fuck would I be mad at Austin because he did the self-improvement, he went to the gym, he got his fucking money, he got his standards. So why the fuck would I be mad at that? Why the fuck would I say like, damn, my bitch likes Austin, man, fuck that. Why the fuck would I do that?
I actually trust Austin on my girl more than some of my like other acquaintances. Because no, Austin already has his stable, like he's good. He doesn't need to add my girl to his list. You know, so I actually trust him more than some of my acquaintances who I know, because I know they'll snake me for a chick. 1,000%.
Really?
You know, so when I say acquaintances, people that I know of and we're cool boys, but acquaintances. Like I see them out, hey bro, nice to see you, how you been? I know guys that will for sure snake me over a chick, 1,000%. That's they're not my boys though. You know, so even though this guy in my head, he's a bit chubbier, but he's got mouthpiece on. And that's what gets girls invested. He's the type of guy to like call a girl, you know I like you, right? Hang up next week. You know I like you, right? Like he gets them invested with the words, right? So he's very mouthpiece heavy. So I actually trust Austin more with a girl than him. So it's definitely important to have guys and your boys. They don't need girls that valuable. That's crazy.
I feel like when you gotta pick and choose as well, you know? But there has to be like some sort of loyalty between you and your boy, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like,
It's bro.
Moral of the story, the bitch ended up cheating on my best friend after 5 years.
Yeah, that's karma.
That is.
I tried to warn him.
Damn.
Have you guys ever flown a girl out?
I have a good take on this. I've never done it. I've had many chances to do so, but I can't do it. And the reason why I don't like doing it or would never do it is because the risk investment, personally, and the time investment. Example, like how Chad was talking about his red pill story, he was talking to a girl for 6 months that was kind of far away. Anytime a girl even DMs me that's not in my area, I don't answer it. She can be the I'm not answering.
She's bad as hell.
She's in LA, bad. I leave her on scene. I don't answer it.
What if you like end up thinking like? Maybe sometime while I'm in LA.
So I have a strategy for that.
Sign up for mine.
Strategies for everything, man. So I got like these savings blocks of different cities on my Instagram. So I got LA, Houston, Atlanta. So if a girl DMs me, I won't answer, but I'll save them to that box. So if I ever go to that city, I just go back to the box, go through the Rolodex. Then I'll reply back to the message. However, I'm not talking to a girl for a long period of time if they live in another state or another city. And then I don't like to fly out because one, I'm already abundant with the woman in my area. And two, it's too risky. She gets here, I don't like her, playing games, whatever the case may be, she's annoying. Or maybe
I know what you mean. Okay, I understand.
I get what I wanted out of the situation, but then like I don't want to hang out with you now.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like too much at risk for me to like invest and fly and go out. And that's why I personally would not do it.
So I did it one time for a girl that
Yeah.
I did it once. I did it one time. I didn't come out of out of pocket. She lived in Nevada. It was a $118 flight, and my friend works at Hilton, so I got a room for 2 days for $140.
Okay.
So I spent probably $400 total for her to stay for the weekend. I had a fantastic time with her.
Yeah.
But I get what Austin's saying completely, because here's the thing: sometimes you get post-night clarity. So let's say she's there for 3 days, you bust a night like, holy shit. I have to entertain her. And here's the thing also, it's like, Austin's a busy guy. Like yesterday we shot videos for like 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
So it's like if he's doing his thing, she's just gonna be like twiddling her thumbs. She doesn't want, let's go here, let's do like, she wants to like do stuff.
Yeah,
right.
And if you're the type of guy where like you just work all day and maybe do something at night, she'd be bored as hell, and she's gonna pressure you to do stuff that you don't really want to do, and it's there for 3 days.
Yeah.
Feed the chick. Oh, dude. So I get where it's coming from.
Okay.
I would only under some circumstances if she got her own hotel, like away from me, somewhere like she's not staying with me.
She has friends.
And if maybe she has friends in the area, and maybe if she paid her own flight ticket, or like I only had to pay half or whatever. It's not really necessarily a money issue. It's more like a time investment issue.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like it's more like of a like commitment type of thing. Like you don't want to fully commit to it because it's just so much responsibility behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Podcast, bro. Did you enjoy that or?
Yeah, Fresh and Fit was dope. The interview was cool. Like just giving insight on my background. I enjoy doing, of course, and telling my story. But outside of that, what really blew up Fresh and Fit overall is like the after hours with the girls and just Myron just really RPing girls and just
Hit them
pissing them
out.
off. Yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed it. They got a super dope setup. Like it was nice.
Yeah,
It was
it's crazy,
cool.
bro.
Yeah.
I aspire to be like at that one point. Bro.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Crazy,
yeah.
man.
They really, how I see Fresh and Fit, like they really, okay. Byron is the mind, but Fresh like maybe like the wheels is what I say. Because we say the wheels, he goes out to the nightlife, he meets Kodak Black, he meets DJ Academics, and he brings those people to the show. But Myron is definitely the guy. Okay, let's implement 8 cameras. Let's get a slider. Let's have like, this is crazy detail. There's a mic screwed into the kitchen, so when girls get kicked out, you can hear them.
Bro.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like
the brain
he's
almost.
like I can see mine up at 4 a.m. Like how can I dominate? How can I like he's like that. When I saw the mic screwed into the ceiling, I'm like, this guy's dead. Because when girls get kicked out and they're in the kitchen, they're yelling, it's hard to hear them. He's like, how can I get a mic in this kitchen, screw it in the wall, and like run wires? Like he's that crazy, you know. So it's like because they easily could have set up one camera and put a bunch of microphones or share microphones.
Yeah.
But he went out and bought the nicest SMB Shure. So like $400. Those are $400 mics they use. So $400 mics and have like 10 of them. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
So it's like,
But then to have the idea to like fucking put it in the ceiling, bro.
just so they can you can hear the girls getting kicked out.
Yeah.
Like that's Myron's brain going like insane. So it's like that, and plus they're doing 2 shows a day.
Yeah, they do one in like
Really?
one like they do one like in the morning, right? Or like
Or afternoon, then
Afternoon time, you know, and like they'll do call-in shows and super chats, and then or it's more so like a night recap.
Okay.
Right, during like 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and then they do an after hours like 10 or 11, and that's and dude, you know how hard it is to get a 10-girl show to a podcast? Oh my god!
Yeah.
Like let alone
You'd rather be doing other shit. You know what I mean?
let alone getting 1 girl to show up on a date. Imagine getting 10 girls to show up on a date.
They told me it was difficult for them at first, and of course they dealt with a lot of flakes. But now, the more popular they became, it's more like women are trying to get on the show.
Like
Right.
status almost,
Yeah,
just
true.
trying to get the clout and
Exactly.
shit like that. Okay.
It goes from chasing to like you just attract them, you know.
Okay.
Same as like, you know.
Would you go on it again?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to go on there with the RP Avengers Squad. I think that would be cool.
That would be.
Ooh,
That would be
that's crazy,
insane.
bro.
Yeah.
Dude, a guy I really want to see on the freshman fit, like on the after hours with the girls, is FedEx.
Oh,
FedEx is like probably, I'm not gonna lie, like whenever I need like solid game, I know I can run the FedEx, bro. I can just go to his page and like find some game. But like, I feel like he would be like a really fun character on there.
Yeah, FedEx is he likes to debate too. Steph and FedEx really like to debate, but FedEx is definitely a bit it's not
He's like more outgoing a little bit.
what's
Let's
it,
say.
confrontational.
Yeah.
FedEx
Oh yeah.
is
True. Yeah.
confrontational.
True.
Yeah.
Like for example, a girl may say, "Oh, like why couldn't it matter?" I go, "Why?" You know, and he'll definitely push push the tempo, make the girls like on their back foot.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think FedEx would be a great person on the show. 100%.
Yeah, me and FedEx, out of everybody, me and FedEx have like the most similar game in regards to like how we acquire women and like our strategies. Like it's
You guys
overall
both
very
have, like,
very similar.
The ego
That
thing, yeah.
FedEx has a bigger ego than me.
Oh, bigger than you?
Wait, yeah.
I love it.
FedEx, like if a girl acts wrong one time, it's like out. Like you should be like worthy of breathing my air. Sort of like you know.
I love that.
Yeah.
So-
That's a mindset, you know.
I got a question for you two now. I
Yeah.
think. Okay, so me and Austin, we talk about our strategies, right?
Mhm.
But one thing Austin runs that I don't run yet is Austin's more, for the most part, you come to me, so I have the most leverage, right? But for me, in my opinion, the average guy can't have that mindset, right? Because for example, if you're a 5'8" guy, 5'9" guy, average style, average money, average across the board, it's hard to run Austin's game. It
Yeah.
can be. So when I'm on TikTok, I think of the average guy in mind. So for example, on dating apps and in dating in general, besides you and your take at the moment. So actually, you were single, so you can join in.
Mhm.
So are you guys more so have them come to me, or you have no problem shooting a DM, no problem messaging a girl for some Tinder that you match with? Like, what's more your type of approach to dating?
I'll go first.
Okay.
We're back when you're on the game.
Um,
Yeah.
Well, so when I was single, I had no problem. Like, okay, I mean, like, I always had the mentality, like, girls aren't gonna come to your door and ding ding ding. You're like, here's some,
You gotta present yourself.
here's some.
Yeah, true.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna like introduce yourself. You know,
Okay.
whatever, you know. So like, yeah, I had no problem messaging the girl
Okay.
or walking up to her. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. So how about yourself? The same way, or you're more
No,
so?
I'm thinking like more like now, like especially now that I'm older and
Okay.
I've been in this whole like red pill rabbit hole. Like
Yeah.
it's just way more for me. It's just like, would I cold approach? Not really. If I don't get the choosing signals, I'm not cold approaching no bitch. You know what I mean? It's
Okay.
just like, for example, perfect example last night. We was at Guilt last night and we were standing there on the opposite side of the bar and there was a girl on the other side and I peeped her, you know what I mean? I looked at her and then I looked at her again, we made eye contact again and I was like, yo, it's like if I make eye contact one more time with this bitch, I'm gonna go over there.
Okay.
And we make eye contact again and I was like, she goes,
Yeah.
and I was there. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So for me, it's just like that in person. I'm like that. I'll get the choosing signals. But if it's like online, I want to deal with, for example, like I want to deal with girls that are already like that. I'm in their vicinity. Like if you're liking my stuff, I could probably, you know what I mean, like some of your shit too. If you like my story, I'm in there. But for me, it's not like I just don't want to give out that whole like validation thing out, because if I go out there and it's just I'm just giving out free attention and validation, like it's candy, like bro, this ain't Halloween, bro.
So you take a warm approach, and that's still an aspect of leverage, having leverage in the dynamic. Like instead of just cold DMing, cold messaging, whatever, you're shooting shots in the dark. You're at least wanting some sort of initiation to some degree,
Yeah.
showing some sort of interest, so that you can have leverage and overall save time.
Like I place myself, I would say like I'd place myself, for example, you know what I mean, like I don't know, maybe like I'll post like a thirst trap maybe, or maybe like me dressed
Bait it.
nicely, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I'll bait it out. If I go out, I'll make sure I look nice. I have maybe a nice tighter shirt on so they can see my muscles and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I like to place myself. I like
Okay,
to
so we'll just-
strategically.
So if you don't mind, let me know. Let them know for online dating what your strategy is, because I want to see. Because once they hear it, they go, "Oh, I want to see your reaction to his
Gotcha.
type of dating strategy.
This is me personally for
Okay.
my
Yeah.
strategy.
Online. Okay. So
Yeah, so
here
I'm
my-
not
here
saying
my-
this is the best for the average guy because I believe if you're an average guy, you're not going to see results regardless.
Okay.
Right? Especially in today's dating market. But my strategy, at least for online, is that I take super nice pictures,
Okay.
build my social status, of course, do all these like subtle thirst trapping reels, just me combing my beard, looking nice, and getting engagement, right? So on dating apps, what I do is I primarily and mostly only deal with the women who message me first, right? And the reason why I do this is because I've ran multiple experiments and tests in 2019, mostly 2020, 2021. Like I statted out the women who I had a most likely higher chance to meet. There was one common trait. They all messaged me first.
Okay.
Anytime there was a girl where I had to send hey or whatever, lots of follow throughs, just a numbers game is at a higher stake there. So I was like, how can I put the most of my time and have the most leverage? I'm gonna get on multiple dating apps, have even more sex appeal. I got too, like beer, like all this stuff, and then I'm gonna bait myself out there. And then from there, it worked. On multiple dating apps, I got like I would say between 15 to 25 girls message me first a week on dating apps across all platforms. And so then a part of my next strategy is to move them to Instagram to leverage my social proof status and lifestyle and better pictures instead of going right to text. Because once again, I realized that if I send a girl straight from a dating app to text versus dating app, Instagram, then text, the flake rates were higher, the texting and just going ghost is higher. When I ask for the date or whatever, it go ghost. So I do everything strategically, and I figured out a system. I call it the dating funnel, a system of how you can put all these things in place, and then save the most time, have the most leverage, and overall have the most success because of it. Now, if you want to just send hella messages on dating apps and like waste a lot of time, that's cool. You can do that.
Okay. Well, I think I'm sorry, Austin. I think with that strategy, it would how we say like for him because he has.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Here's the thing he forgot to add. He doesn't swipe.
Don't swipe on nobody.
Yeah.
bro.
Nope.
You
Doesn't swipe on a soul.
Yeah.
It's you come to you swipe him 1st and you message him first. That's the game.
I do have gold. Is it like and you just see who likes you?
I pay for it.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just my strategy.
Yeah,
right? I don't really swipe on dating apps. Every now and then I will, but I already see I can do that because I already have tons of women already who likes me.
True.
Because I presented myself so well, So I do it mostly because I don't have to. However, that wasn't always the case.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because like for him, it's almost like what you'll do. It's like you'll go from Tinder to the Instagram and then to the text, right?
But also another thing, I'm not sure I'm saying too much information, but basically on Tinder, he goes, hey, message me on Instagram. That's how he gets them to Instagram. Then and it's almost like a compliancy test. Will you comply with me? Go to Instagram, DM me, and then I'll close you for a date, or if that's the case.
But I think with that though, it's just like it's even more bait because it's just like I can kind of see your strategy now because it's like okay, you present yourself, you look good on Tinder, okay, boom, good, check. She's like, okay, he's hot. He checks it off, and then it's just like the looks, you check it off, and then you take him to Instagram for the status, you check it off. With the game, especially too. I mean, if she likes you, she like, bro, you could say anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, as long as I'm not too overtly sexual.
So like, you're already checking out boxes after boxes, and it's just, I can see how that strategy is like insane. Yeah.
I went from like a
It's almost like
20,
proving
30%
yourself.
close rate to now if a woman goes through that funnel, it's like 90% chance. Like I'm closing her.
Exactly.
And then also my strategy, I don't like to go out on a lot of dates anymore. So I like to pull girls right to the crib.
straight over.
And so
Oh, bro,
That's what I'm saying. Like his strategy is it's hard to pull off if you're not that guy.
yeah.
Okay.
And that's why I also teach how to become more of that guy. Because if you're just an average dude, like you don't got an Instagram presence, you really don't look that well, you're gonna have to shoot in the dark and like deal with the rejections. But I didn't want to do that.
No.
That's why I figured out how can I not deal with that, and that's when I came up with that whole.
I can see the ego now. I was like, shit, bitch,
Yeah.
I'm taking you out. No, David coming to the crib.
Because and also we talked about this issue on his Patreon. Just go subscribe to that Patreon. What is it? Austin_Dunham on Patreon.
Austin Dunham something.
Yeah. Anyway, so he said this, and it was a great. I already knew it, but put it into words, it made it more clear. Okay, if you're a girl who's a 6 and a 7, your competition is Austin Dunham, right? Here's the thing: a girl's a 6 or a 7. Let's say she meets a guy who's a 5 or a 6. She's gonna go, I need a date. I need more investment from you before I have sex. With Austin is what time or place. Like she's more so on his frame, right? And I've seen it. right? Girls be super compliant to whatever he asks of them. Versus if he was like an average looking guy, it's like we can do dinner, it's like she dictates the frame of a guy who's average. Now, mind you, when you become handsome, okay, and you want those Instagram baddies, now your competition is Michael B. Jordan,
everybody,
Alden Beckham Jr.
Yeah,
right. So it's like that's how it works. When you become handsome, you're now competing for the top girls with the top dudes.
Yeah.
Bro,
What I tell guys is that figure out your total SMV, and on a balance of reality, you're mostly going to attract, not chase women, but mostly going to attract women 1 to 2 points below your personal SMV. So if I consider myself an 8-9 guy, I'm primarily going to attract 7s and 8s.
Okay.
Think of hypergamy, right?
Yeah.
However, once again, on a guy hypergamy scale, usually women is 1 through 10 SMV level.
Yeah.
For guys inflated for hypergamy, I think guys is 1 through 12. Drake, the athletes and entertainers, are 11s and 12s, and they mostly deal with 10s and 9s. If you're an 8 or 9 guy or a 10 guy, you're mostly going to deal with 9s, 8s.
Yeah.
And the lower you go down from your own personal SMV, let's say you go 3, 4, 5 points below, that's where it's going to be super easy, super compliant. That's why I told him the playing field for me is leveled out when I deal with 8.5s and 9s.
Yeah.
It becomes more difficult. However, I can have 7s and 6s every night. But the average guy, he might be able to have 3s and 2s every night, but it becomes more difficult for 4s and 5s. Or,
that's what I'm saying. It's because you almost you want them to that way they can see us as the prize, us as the catch.
Yeah, it's a dynamic. Yeah.
That way we get that compliance. Oh, hey, be here at 11. He's here at 11. You know what I mean?
I'll say this too, and Austin brought this to my attention. I'm not getting laid as often as people may think. I may get on a high month 2 new girls. I usually like to recycle, keep the same chick around in rotation. Just keep things simple.
Yeah.
If I wanted to, for example, I have a trap phone for Hinge, right? I get a lot of girls who I consider 5 and 6 liking me consistently. I know for a fact they would be way more compliant with me. Yeah. But a part of my ego likes going, bro, look who I just broke down last night.
Okay.
Right.
With those girls, I'm not showing. No. Therefore, I'm not as stoked to get in bed with them. However, I can get a 5-6 in bed almost every week if I truly was invested into it. Yeah. But the fact that but for the most part, like that 8, 9, 10 type of chick, I'm getting laid less because they're less compliant.
Okay. It takes more effort.
It takes more effort, right? So that he broke it down okay, this makes sense why I'm not weekly lays,
Yeah, chases way more quality.
Yeah,
it's because it's just they're the girl, the chick, she knows she's
out there.
She's like shit, man, if he's acting like this, I don't care. I already have this other dude. Yeah. Probably, you know what I mean? Probably up there.
Got this other NBA player in my DMs.
Yeah, true.
Else,
exactly. So it makes sense how if you're guys an 8, you're mostly attract that 6, 7, and those girls are much more compliant. However, if you have an ego, you want to get with the baddest girls, you go for the 8, 9s, 10s, they're a lot less compliant, more work is involved, etc. Yeah. So I like that conversation, so I brought it up.
I definitely think that guys, for me, for example, I would rather, I prefer more compliance over look sometimes, because I'm trying to get rich, bro. I'm not trying to fucking deal with you and argue with you. I'm not trying to do none of that. Cause the only thing that I do is I like to keep maybe a 2, maybe 3 girl rotation.
Yeah, 2's comfort for me.
Yeah, but the thing is whenever I don't know, I just rather compliance sometimes over looks. Maybe I'll have a better time with my weekend bae over than some girl I see maybe in the middle of the week because she's just so much more compliant than the hot chick. You know what I mean?
I agree. I've noticed that in my own dating life too. The hot girls are cool, whatever, but I've had the most coolest times with not the baddies. Yeah. The 7s with a nice body or whatever. Those are the most fun times because they are so compliant or whatever.
You would rather be out with them then, right?
Yeah.
Than the.
Yeah, and I would rather take them seriously too, from a long-term perspective.
Absolutely, yeah. Because like how we said, it's always gonna come down to the seeing you as a prize. So that chick that's more compliant with you values you more than the chick who's a 9 or 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We saw you guys out last night. As in this show or so to speak. We value like staying like always unfocused. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Fun is cool. You know, going out. You know, it's cool. But how often would you guys say you guys go out?
For me, I go out a lot more. For me, I'll say this. Weekends, I see it as like a lead generation, because I like to meet girls in person, mostly if I can.
Mhm.
So I would say I'm out at least 6 hours a week, 3 hours Friday and Saturday, for sure. Because I see it like this, right? I wake up around 7, at the gym by 8, at my desk by 9, and I'll legit just be working, because I have 2 businesses. I have Defundsimping and I have my videography and photography. I'll be at my desk, dude, from like 9 to almost 7 o'clock at night. That's plenty of time to get work done. I can go out from 10 to it's like 10:30 to 1 and be okay. You know, like, you know what I mean? I don't think you have to lock yourself in a room. I think even awesome to think about this with somebody where it's like you can have a social life while you're grinding. You don't have to turn everything off and go completely monk mode. 100%.
I heard that from what's his name, Hafiz as well.
Yeah.
I heard that from him too.
It depends on your obligations. Example, if you have like a full-time job, 9 to 5, and then you're trying to work on the side hustle business or whatever, then it's probably not in your best interest to like try and go out and game and all this stuff. It depends on your time freedom. So me, myself, I have quite a bit of time freedom. I can work most of the day, like be done by 3, 4, 5, whatever. But even then, I personally don't go out that much. It's infrequent. And if I do go out, it's because of an event. Example, Chad said, let's go out. Or whatever the case, or a holiday or something like that. But yeah, I think Chad goes out more with the purpose, like to like acquire women, right?
Yeah, there's like a purpose behind it.
Yeah.
I also just like I just like dancing, having a good time.
Yeah.
You know, like for me, because everyone has their version of what they like to do on the weekend. Some people will sit on this couch and put on a movie. That's their time.
Yeah.
For me, I like to be outside, network, talk to people. You know, I also like, I'm not gonna lie, it's fun getting noticed. You know what I mean, from people that watch. Like last night, the bartender gave me a free drink because he knew who I was.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool to get that. So it's also like I'm in my house all day.
Yeah.
So I like to get out and rub shoulders and talk to people and get to know people, but also to acquire some new leads, because it's. I tell Austin this: the second I start living life where I'm showing more lifestyle on my Instagram page and I'm doing big things on a bigger level, when girls start to DM me more, I'm not gonna lie, bro, I've probably gotten like 4 DMs this year from girls, but they weren't attracted at all, like 4 or 5 out of 10. Once I started, like, for example, he made a video went viral of him just combing his beard and getting dressed. 105,000 likes. You know how many girls probably DM him from that? A lot. So now he can sift through and go, what you doing Saturday night? Come over? Question mark? Sure. So it's like he doesn't have to really acquire leads, because leads are knocking on his door.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's because he presented himself and he put himself out there like on social media, just like you could do it.
Yeah, I can
just
do
like
it.
anybody could do it.
Yeah, true. I can do it too. I just logistics aren't quite. It's an excuse. It's not like fully true.
Like on top of that, like you're a
it's
like
okay.
Videographer. You
Yeah,
know,
I know how to work the camera, bro.
Yeah.
100%. It's just logistics aren't my favorite at the moment. So when the logistics are, I'm going to start to do more of that, because here's how I see it. This is like a funny comparison. Me going out and meeting women and generating leads, Austin's way is putting up a reel and generating leads.
Yeah.
So it's like he'll do it online, I'll do it in person.
That's what I'm saying. Because
You know?
you have the status behind it. You know, you have the status. Not to say you don't have any status.
I have a small niche status.
Yeah.
Where it's like you have to know RP to know who I am.
Exactly.
Versus in his Instagram page, you see 300-something thousand followers in the blue check. Now it's like it's more status.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I just employ a digital strategy. I still like going out too, because, you know, I like the validation too.
Yeah,
I like getting shows on. I like walking and seeing the girls head turn. It's cool. Like it just feels good, even if I'm not attracted to the girl. But I like doing everything with a purpose. I like going out being social here and there. But I've had many phases that I went to college for 4.5 years. You know, I'm 26, almost turning 27. So it's like different phases of your life. And at this point in time, when I'm going through Hinge or Tinder and I'm seeing the girls I'm talking to, then I look in the club, I'm like, damn, like all the girls I'm talking to on Hinge are better than everybody in here.
Yes.
Like, what am I,
What am I doing there?
Yeah, from that perspective of things, outside just the social, just having fun part, you know. So
Would
at
you
least
s-
in this city.
Would you say you don't go out because it's just like, because to me as well, like, this is like another like red pill for us. Like, as men, like we have targets on our backs. You know what I mean? So would you say you don't go out like that anymore because you feel like you have even a bigger target on your back now, or
Target and West, like people.
as in
Take from you, beat your ass, I don't know, jump you.
yeah, like not maybe like in a harm
Oh,
way,
okay.
but like for example, like I don't know, man, like yes, in that sense as well.
I gotta move differently, sort of deal.
yeah.
Yeah, that's could be a part of it too. Like every time I go out, I always meet people,
Uh-huh.
multiple people, and it's always like good, positive energy. But you never know; it could be something negative or whatever. So I do keep an eye out for that. But that's not one of the reasons why I don't go out. I really don't think about that because I've never had a bad experience in that sort of thing. Like everybody usually meets me like, "Yo, I love your videos" or whatever. So
Where's love?
How to become high value?
That's a massive question. There's so many topics. I'll say a couple, right? I think the first thing to start on your journey is to change your mindset, right? I think that's huge. The second thing I'll say is to take massive action. There's no perfect time. Just start. Taking massive action is huge. So analyze yourself from a money standpoint, look standpoint, and status standpoint, and how can you grow those three? Because those three things you can all grow, right? And the third thing I would say is acquire a skill that you don't have to work a 9-to-5 job for, right? Now, this is not a diss on 9-to-5ers. I want to go to Publix and see a cashier. Like those things are important.
Yeah.
But I think if I had to choose between who's more higher value, I gotta start their own business versus a person that works at a job, I would choose this guy because he took a bigger risk.
Mhm.
He gambled on himself. He thought, you know what? I believe I can be the man and I can start my own business to do it my way. I'm gonna bet on him to be the higher value person.
Now,
So those are my three. I can go on for hours, but this is my quick three.
yeah. Would you guys say that, like, for example, what I love to like repeat a lot, Steph is cold. He was like, yo, success is subjective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So would you guys like say like that? For example, like I know like success is like subjective, but like what if like the Publix cashier dude, you know what I mean? Let's say he's like okay, let's say he's like
He's
good
happy.
looking, yeah,
yeah.
That's fine.
From that perspective, success
Yeah.
or happiness or fulfillment is subjective. Meaning, I have a job I go to, I have a loving family, I have good friends, I live a happy life.
Yeah.
I'm happy. That's subjective. But from success from an objective standpoint is really, in my opinion, time freedom,
Yeah.
location freedom, and financial freedom.
Yeah, those are tough.
Yeah. You have people who are financially free but don't have time freedom or location freedom. Athletes, for example,
Yeah.
really high paid, but they have to be somewhere at a certain place and time. They have somebody who tells them what to do, etc. Right? That's why I think starting your own business or even being a content creator has allowed me to experience all three.
Mhm.
And that's when I feel like I've reached true success.
Mhm.
Is those three things
Okay.
for sure: time, financial, and location freedom.
That's something that I want to do as well. It's just like, for me, like, bro, I just sometimes like at night I'm like, I fucking hate it. Like, fuck, I gotta be in bed by this time because tomorrow I gotta go to work.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, I fucking hate that shit because like you said, like I want to be able to wake up whenever the fuck I want and go to sleep whenever the fuck I want. You know what I mean? That's like ultimately like.
Yeah, I'm not.
as well.
I'm not some rich person. At the same time, bro, with videography, photography, if I don't have a gig, I can sleep as long as I want to. So I've gotten some time freedom back for sure. But since I'm not where I want to be at, I still have that fire in my ass every day. I'm like, get up, bro. You're not rich. Come on, like, let's go, let's roll. So I have some time freedom now, and it feels amazing. But I'm still like nose to the grindstone every single day, trying to get my bag up.
Mhm.
But yeah, I like those three things you talked about because, for example, you can be like a corporate exec. You have a
Yeah.
nice car, you have a nice house, beautiful family, but you get to go home and go right to bed and wake up again, go right to work.
Yeah,
You don't have
stressed at
you're
work.
stressed at work.
Whatever.
You're not really free.
Yes.
You have money, you have a nice
Yeah.
car, you have a nice house, loving family, but you're still not free, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. That's exactly like the manager of the place we work at, bro. Every time I pass by his office, dude, this fucker's like,
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah, stressed
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Has a newest car,
Yeah, probably, yeah. Because all the outside things, like the jewelry, the life, but just on the inside, he's pulling his hair out.
Yeah. So I feel like that's true success, but you don't have to reach true success in order to be fulfilled in your
true.
life. Makes sense. So that depends on your mental health and a whole bunch of other aspects too. Going back to the last question, being high value. I think you first have to understand what being the definition of
What
high
is
value.
your definition of high value?
My definition is just being in the top 10% of all realms of attraction builders. Looks, top 10% of that, or as high as possible. Money, top 10% of that. Status, top 10% of that. And then having the mindset, charisma, and confidence to like take action on those things. I think that's being truly high value across all boards. You can be high value and have money, but like you might be like a lame, no confidence or whatever.
Yeah.
You might consider yourself high value, but I don't think that's truly high value. That's my definition.
That's like delusional.
Also to add to that as a point too, which Austin already has, is people in your niche that like you, right? Because here's the thing, I don't need cosigns. I don't need that. I'd still be fulfilled. But having guys I watch on the internet, Austin, Steph, Fit, now follow me, engage with me, talk to me, it feels good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like when people would say, you get to my Instagram page, and say you follow all three of them.
Yeah.
You get to my page, yo, Fit, Austin, and Steph, follow this guy. He's probably valid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
right,
So having friends in your niche is very important to get considered high value, because you can have the money, the looks, the status, but if people in your own niche don't like you, like that's not good. That's not good. You have to be, because to me, having men that respect you of all aspects, like the public cashier respects you and the top guy in your niche respects you too, that's dope.
Yeah.
But if you don't have respect from people in your niche, I think that's not cool.
Yeah, having a high value network
that
can
network
go a long way. Because even if you yourself aren't really there, but you have the network, you can almost like leverage that in a sense, you know? And then it's like high value pre-selection pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's the thing. I also like wanted to like ask you, like maybe like from a networking standpoint, like how would you do, like for me, for example, like dude, how we was able to get Austin here, it was we were sitting at the kitchen and we was watching one of the Steph's videos, and he was like, yo, why don't you just message one of these like message Steph, be like, yo, how much is it for an hour of your time? And I was like, okay, well, like the thing is, like for me, is like how could I, like, because to me it's like how can I network with higher quality type of people, because like I'm not trying to stay at the same level forever. I'm like, okay, well, if I want to be like a higher quality, I need to surround myself with higher quality people. Like how would you guys go about networking with higher quality people?
So for me, what I look for people who reach out to me to collaborate is I look at how often are you posting, because why would I take you seriously if you're not taking yourself seriously? That's number one. How often are you posting? Number two, do I even like your content? If I like your content and I see you're consistent, even if you have 5K, I'll do your interview, because I like giving people a hand up. You know what I mean? Especially if they're working hard. So as long as you're working hard and I like your content, I'll respond to anyone's message about a podcast.
Yeah. In my experience, I can only speak from my experience of how I network with high value people, is that I first build up my value to a degree, and in fitness, whatever, and then just like business opportunities naturally come once you build up your value, networking and other people like-minded as you will naturally start to follow you, DM you, message you, or vice versa. I've reached out to people through Instagram. I don't forget how I met Chad.
TikTok.
I can't remember who messaged. I don't know.
I messaged you first from TikTok. You followed me first.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you can just reach out to people through Instagram who have like a similar value or mindset, and maybe from there can be some sort of value exchange. You know, collaborations usually is a value exchange. Meaning you have something that could benefit my audience, whatever, and then it's the vice versa. So the more you continue to build your value, then that's an easy way to network and connect with people.
That's what that's probably the most thing I've done, like, or got from. It was like try to present like some like be valuable, like okay, maybe like, you know, so I have to like maybe like see like, okay, maybe what is Austin maybe value, what is Chad value, for example, is Chad value maybe his time, you know, like let me figure out a way how I can save Chad some time, and then he'll be like, oh shit, Adrian's fucking valuable, let me keep him in my circle.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of my friends or friend group started off as fans of me, and then like we became just cool. And it's the only people where that has happened is because they brought some value to me first or also. Example, a good friend of mine who was like a fan of me first, he's set up my first calisthenics workshop fitness camp
Oh, wow.
in DC.
Wow.
Like he was like, hey man, I've been a fan of you for a long time. You ever thought about doing a workshop? I was like, I sent the DM back. I was like, no, it would be cool though. He was like, I know a gym owner. I can make it happen. And he connected me with the gym owner, made it happen, picked me up from the airport. That's Mike, bro. That's how I met Mike.
Oh, damn. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he
Wow.
brought value to me. Like other people, all these people in my circle is through some sort of mutual value exchange, and then from there we connected and became friends.
So you would say like a really good way to network is just
Legal value.
bring value.
Yeah, best way.
Okay.